All right, so this is the 2010 AMC 10B problem 24. It's also the 12B problem 19. A high school basketball game between the Raiders and the Wildcats was tied at the end of the first quarter. The number of points scored by the Raiders in each of the four quarters formed an increasing geometric sequence. Let's pause there and make some sense of this. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see better. I am getting a new webcam soon, by the way. Maybe this week sometime. So this will be the Raiders and this will be the Wildcats, first, second, third, fourth, four quarters. It says they were tied at the end of the first. Let's put X. Then it says the Raiders' scores form an increasing geometric sequence. So X times the common ratio, whatever it is, then times the common ratio again, then times the common ratio again. Keep reading. The number of points scored by the Wildcats in each of the four quarters formed an increasing arithmetic sequence. So then that's going to be X plus 1D, a common difference, and then X plus 2 common differences, and finally X plus 3 common differences. If I add this all up, it's going to be X times 1 plus R squared plus R cubed, whereas this is going to be 4X plus 6D. Okay, so then what? At the end of the fourth quarter, the Raiders had won by 1 point. So basically, if I take this value up here, X times 1 plus R squared plus R cubed, it has to equal the Wildcats score if I increase it by 1. Neither team scored more than 100 points. Okay, what was the total number of points scored by the two teams in the first half? I think the last question will be easier to answer if we can figure out what X, D, and R are. It might seem kind of like we've got three unknowns and one equation, we can't, but actually you can just play around with it and do some trial and error and it will work out. For example, if R was 5, you're going to get 125 here, which is too big. So let's go down by 1 and try R equals 4. 64 plus 16 is 80 plus 4 is 5. 4 and 1 is 5 more. That would be X times 85 is their total score, which would mean X has to be 1. We test this in the other one, right? So if we get 85X equals 4X plus 6D plus 1, and we know that X is 1 because it can't be 2, their score would be too big, subtract to get 81, subtract 1 to get 80. But unfortunately, 80 is not a multiple of 6, so what you add to the score each time, the common difference has to be an integer. This doesn't work. That's the only value of X that works with R equals 4, so we walk it back one value of R to 3. 27 plus 9 is 36, plus 4 more is 40. This gives 40X equals 4X plus 6D plus 1. We don't even have to think about it. This is going to be an even expression. This is even. This is even. When I add the 1, it becomes odd. Therefore, there's no value of X that's going to make this true. We advance again to R equals 2. R cannot be 1, so we're actually guaranteed that it's 2 at this point, provided we haven't made a mistake. Okay, so 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 2 plus 1 is 15. You're going to get 15x equals 4x plus 6d plus 1. Let's subtract 4x to get 11x equals 6d plus 1. And in fact, I'm going to subtract 1 more and do 11x minus 1 needs to equal 6 times whatever that common difference is for the Wildcats. Now, what can x be? Considering 15x must be less than 100, the possible values for x are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't waste too much time thinking about it. Just grab the 6 and see what happens. 66 minus 1 is not a multiple of 6. Grab the 5. 55 minus 1 is 54. That's going to work out because 6 times 9 is 54. So x will equal 5. D will equal 9. Let's plug it in and make sure it works really quickly. We have R3. We're just checking. We don't want to make a mistake, right? So again, if we plug in not R3, sorry, R2. Almost messed up there. So if R is 2, we've got 15x, x is 5. 15 times 5 would be 75. Let's check the 4x plus 6d plus 1. If x is 5, that's 20. D is 9, that's 54 plus 1 is 55. Oh, that's not their score. That's not part of their score. This is their total score, right? So we don't add the 1. So 54 plus 20 is 74. That is a difference of 1. It said the Raiders had won by 1 point. This works. All we have to do is answer the question, the total number of points scored by the two teams in the first half. If I plug in x here, x is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So this is 5 plus 10. It would have been 15 points for the Raiders. And 5 and 14 is 19 points for the Wildcats. Add those up, get 34. That's the answer. See you in the next one.